Morning everyone, hope everybody's okay. I'm coming on to do another one of these cards with a box. Okay, and this one will be a little bit deeper, so you can put your Yankees in. So your box is going to be 6 1/8 by 6 1/8, scored at 1 inch all the way around. Okay, so we're going to start with this. Just going to burnish them score lines. Hope everybody's okay. And I hope you'd all have a wonderful weekend. This being Saturday, I know. I've got my grandbabies coming down tomorrow. So, you're going to score it at 1 inch all the way around, and then you're going to cut your tabs, and you're just going to notch in ever so slightly. Can you just see there where I've notched? And you're going to cut that one, turn it round, cut that one, turn it round, cut that one, turn it round and cut that one. Okay, so now we're just going to pop some glue on these tabs, and I'm going to use some paper clips to hold it together while we get on with the other part. So just a bit of, come on. It'd help if I opened the bloomin' thing, wouldn't it? Things don't get easier with age, I'm telling you. So if you're all under this delusion. Oh, come on, just line up for me. Just doesn't want to line up. Right, I'm going to hold that with a paper clip because I can't be sat here if I can lift the blooming paper clip up. Holding that all afternoon. All morning even. So you can't even speak right. I've not had enough coffee. Just line up. And my hands, you'll have to forgive today because they don't want to play either. And we've got lovely sunshine, so it must just be the damp that's causing them to play up on me. Okay, so we'll do this part, and then the other parts are plain sailing. Bit of glue on there, line it up. I do try my best, honest to God, to make these videos as short as I possibly can, but no, I think I like gabbing too much, to be honest with you. Okay, the next part is our sleeve that will cover the drawer. So your sleeve measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches. Okay, so you are going to score it at 1 inch, 5 1/4 inches, 6 1/4 inches and 10 1/2. So you'll end up with a little strip down this side. Don't cut that off because we need it. So we're just going to fold and burnish all our score lines. Okay, in our little 1/2 inch one. Look, there's the sun gone in, just as I said to you. Right, now on this I'm going to use sticky strip. Just because it's a sleeve and it's going to be pulled, the draw part is going to be pulled in and out. So it's a moving part, so I'm using sticky strip. And I love my charm. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Sue. Okay, pokey tool. I did have the pokey tool a minute ago. Okie doke. Now I've got static. Anyway, breathe, Mel. Okay, so you just you're aiming to line that up with the edge of the box, the sleeve, sorry. And I'm just going to give that a little burnish down. Okay, so there's our sleeve, there's our box to go in our sleeve, so we've got them done. So our card, you are going to need 2 pieces because it's going to be a easel card. So your first piece of card measures, oh, let me see, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so that's our first. This piece measures, this is the pop-up mechanism. Feast easel card. Got step card on the brain. So this needs to be 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 6 3/8, and we're going to burnish them. So you want that 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. Okay, so that's going to go on the lid of our sleeve. Okay, so we want a piece of DSP to go in here. So I want that one. No, that's me box one. I want that one. Okay, and I've just chose to use the Santa's Workshop DSP, and I'm knocking stuff over. So I'm going to stick that down to start off with. Should I have it that side? No, I'm going to stick with the green. See, this DSP is all lovely, so I hope you've all getting to spend your vouchers that you earned in September, because they do expire on the last day of September, so just be aware of that. Okay, and that layer, I'm sorry I didn't say, did I? I cut down by 2/8 of an inch, so it actually measures 4 2/8 by 4 2/8. Okay. Now, because that's going to be our stopper, if you like, on our card, I've gone ahead now. I need to be careful here because I've got so many strips. I went ahead and cut out strips. Now this one that I'm going to use for the stopper there or a bit further back. Measures get it on the 0, measures 4 1/4 by 1 inch. Okay, now I'm going to pop this up on foam dots because it is going to be used as our stopper. So just pop this up. Oops. Things are slip sliding all over the blinking place. Okay, so I'm going to use that as my stopper. Stab them in the middle because it'll make them easier to lift. Make sure you've got them the right way up. And we're just going to put that across there. Mel's just wasn't straight enough, so I think that's it now. So I can squash it now. So that's going to act as our stopper piece, okay? Right, now for our top layer, that is going to go on there, okay, to become your card front if you like. If it does fall flat when you're shipping it or whatever, handing it over or whatever, again, this is going to be for my grandbabies to take into school for their teachers. I've cut a piece of DSP that's going to lay it over the top. And this measures, I think these are all the same measurements, 4 2/8 by 4 2/8. Yeah. Right, what I want to do is, I've roughed up my edges, and I'm going to get the glitter out, ladies. So the teacher can end up full of glitter instead of me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go round the very edges, and I'm going to use this glue. And I'm just going to go round, come on, some glue out, maybe not. No, it's not giving me, so I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. Okay, and all I'm going to do is run them edges through that glue. And if you're anything like me, I do a lot of my own Christmas creations. So I do have to start fairly early. As most of my long-standing subscribers will tell you. I do a hell of a lot, and we always have Christmas dinner here. So, yeah, busy bee. So I'm just going to dunk that now in this glitter. Of course you can use stickles or whatever you want to use. I just love the sheen of this glitter, so that's why I use this glitter. And I do use it a hell of a lot, and it just doesn't seem to go down. So So I'm now going to put my glue on the back. That I've got that done now. And I know you're probably thinking, well, Mel, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But I can see it. So, as I say, that's entirely up to you. If you want to use stickles, you use stickles. I just love that sparkle that that gives me. I don't know whether the camera will pick it up. It's like little diamonds. Okay, so there is the base. Now something to wipe this glue off with. Give me a minute. Okay, just wiped it with the cloth. So that's off. So I've die cut a lot of the elements out of the DSP. There's Santi. We have presents. So I'm going to put them there. Bring back in glue dots. And I am going to give him a bit of a, because he's not flat. And this has that lovely, this is the paper with the lovely flocking on it. Which is lovely, really is lovely paper. So of course with the flocking it makes it just that little bit more special. Okay, so I don't want to flatten them. So I'm just putting glue dimensionals right on the very edges because I don't want to flatten them. Okay, that just gives them a bit of dimensions. Same with the presents. And these presents, the striped one and the spotted one are both flocked as well. I want them to sort of slot under his list a little bit. That'll do. Our sentiment is going to go across the top. Okay, so we're just going to carry on. Getting back to our sleeve, I have cut out, I think these are the right ones. Let me just make sure. They might be the box ones actually. No, they're my lid ones. Right, these lid ones, the sleeve ones, sorry, measure 4 1/4 by 1 inch. Okay, and these are just going to go on the sleeve. And this is one of the sheets that doesn't have that flocking on. Okay, and now make sure we get them the right way up. Okay, so that's the outer of our sleeve. Now for our box, we can take these off because hopefully that would have took the glue by now. And I don't think I notched out right, so I'm just cutting off a little bit of card on these corners. Just a slither. See, that's why it's so important to notch your cardstock for your boxes. I've just got a tiny little bit of overhang. So it is important. Okay, now these are the ones that I've cut. These strips measure 4 inches by 1 inch. Okay, and these are going to go right round the sides of our box. Making sure they go the right way up. We don't want upside down elves, especially if we're giving it to a teacher. And you know what, I am really looking forward to November, to go to Birmingham for on stage. I can't wait, you know, just to change of scenery. It feels like ages since I've been away. And then we're off down to Kilkenny. To see Barry's son and our granddaughter. Barry's son's girlfriend. So I can't wait for that either. This is just a really inexpensive way of making gifts for your child to take into school. Because when you think about it, them Yankee candles, you get 12 in a box. So if you can get 3 teachers out of that, it's well worth the money. And this card has cost pennies. So that's going to slip into there. Come on. Okay, now you can either notch it out, what I'm going to do. The other one I made, I put a brad on it. But I'm just going to give this one a little finger notch. Let me get it central. Oops. Okay, so just notch it out so they know to pull that open. Now on the top, this is where we're going to attach this. It's like using a hot glue gun. So you're just going to attach that onto your box. Okay, and now to save you getting confused, right, of which part of the card to put your glue on there. Because I've had loads of people say, Mel, I followed your instructions and my card doesn't look like yours, blah 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 blah. So when you're doing an easel card and you're putting a bigger piece on than what actually the easel card is, always put the glue on the bottom tab, okay, and attach your card front to that bottom tab. If that makes sense. So that stands up, but can you see there's nothing holding on to this top bit? That's why you put the glue on the bottom bit. And this part, if you wanted to, you could use that to write your message on. Okay. It's just that, you know, beginner card makers, they try and follow along with your tutorial, and then often is the case I get told off because I haven't explained exactly what I've done. Well, I have this time, so you can't tell me off. So now I've got these bits and pieces that I also cut out of that gorgeous DSP. So we're definitely going to have Mrs. Claus. Okay, we're definitely going to have a no questions. So the lovely jolly Mrs. Claus, and her apron is flocked. So we're going to have her. And she's going to come down this side, I think. So a couple of dimensionals on Mrs. So we'll put her down there. We'll have a naughty elf. We'll have the red one because he'll get lost on that green. And he can be pulling his little truck that his little presents go in. So you can have his little truck there. Okay, then we can do our presents. Now, when we use the dies, I hate this white outline. especially if the die's shifted and it comes out too big. So I just snip into it and just make it a little bit smaller because I can't stand it. Right, that'll do. No, it won't. There's a piece there. That's it. Right, get them on a dimensional. We do the big dimensionals and the mini dimensionals. And we're going to stick his parcels in his little truck. Okay, now we want a sentiment. I can save them ones. Now we want a sentiment and we need a banner. I'm just getting my punch and my cardstock, scrap cardstock. Okay, and I've got a joyful Christmas and little swale, and I'm going to do it in my Call Me Clover. As you know, I don't like stamping in red. So my Call Me Clover. Okay, leave that there so I know to clean it. Probably be using it again. So there's our banner. I was going to add glitter to this, but I'm running out of time, as always. So I shall put it on and then I'll add the glitter. And I'm going to put a bow on as well. Get off. See me with static today. It's going to be a storm or something. Okay, so we're going to put that up there and I am going to go over it with the Wink of Stella or something. Okay, so there is our card in a box, and if you put some tissue paper in, okay, you can quite comfortably get 4 of the Yankee ones, Kim, in that box. Okay, so to recap, you need, for the draw, you need 6 1/8 by 6 1/8 scored at 1 inch on all 4 sides. For the sleeve to go round your drawers is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 1 inch, 5 1/4, 6 1/4 and 10 1/2. Card base, that's for this piece at the bottom, is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Your card, this one that we've measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and you score it at 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. Okay, and then you just lay it up and do your stamping as is. When you give the child the card, if you don't really want to make another box to put it in, all I would do is wrap red ribbon around it and leave it flat like that, and they will discover that they need to stand it up. And I wouldn't really, unless you were sending somebody a parcel, then I would put it in the box with the parcel, but I wouldn't really send that in the post, especially with the weight of the candles in it either. But there you go, there is a boxed, see, my hands are just not working, a boxed easel card. Hope you give that a go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll speak to you soon, so take care. Bye.